No let-up, no relief, no way out. Greek dancer Mariana Zagaraki interprets the feeling of crisis gripping her country. The dance, to a score composed by Anasteriopoulos, typifies a new wave of cultural expression sweeping the country in response to social and individual trauma. Loss of work, loss of wealth, loss of hope. In Greece, crisis art is flourishing. The performance, Eremos or Desert, in Athens' PK Theatre is sold out. For the audience, the message is clear.
She showed me her tone and expression, how much she wanted to escape. She was crying. She couldn't find any joy in living. Finally, she was trying through her own will, by her own strength, to get her happiness back.
For me, the performance symbolized the journey of the soul of one individual. It showed how the soul passes through the desert, tries to overcome obstacles to survive the crisis.
For sure, the performance was very tense, with a lot of emotions, sadness and depression.
Backstage is choreographer Reni Konstantaki. Her father is Greek, her mother German. As a psychologist, she took care of drug addicts and prison inmates. Today, as a choreographer, she says she takes care of society.
People in Greece are pretty much scared, and that makes life even more difficult for them, raising questions like, where are we? Who are we? What will happen tomorrow? Financial problems impact heavily on the psychological condition. It's a catch-22 situation, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. People feel like they're in a rat race with no way out.
Through performances with a deep psychological aspect, Reina conveys her basic conviction. Theatre and dance can help break the emotional stranglehold, but she remains concerned by what she sees around her.
In the performance, I show this omnipresent aggression. First, this aggression is directed outwards, but then, as usual with aggression, it changes its target. The aggression turns inwards, against the individual itself. I try to show this too, because this self-destructive, inward-directed aggression is a dangerous tendency.
Das auch ein Punkt finde, der sehr gefährlich ist zu unserer Zeit in Griechenland.
A collapsing middle class, a working class on its knees. Do artists know the inner turmoil of Greeks better than politicians and businessmen? Through social networks, we made contact with Bleeps, a street artist making his voice heard on the graffitied walls of the capital.
What this society had in the past, which was, you know, they were really open-hearted, and they're becoming more cold. I was examining, you know, these trash reality shows back in the days, and on the other hand, the way they would transform economy.
Calling himself a conceptual mural artist, Bleeps works incognito. His work draws on the link between art and politics.
I'm not considering it right for globalization to come and vanish all differences.
Photographer Enric Canage agreed to give us a glimpse into his working day in downtown, downtrodden Athens. His art records poverty and the lives of the marginalised. Shadows in Greece is a long-term project showing the human impact of the crisis. He trawls the grimy back streets and sleazy hotels. This is Henri's domain. He grew up here as a young Albanian immigrant. He knows all too well how it is here and connects easily with the social outcasts who are his subjects. He understands what it's like for 10 people living in one room.
Okay, my pictures are sometimes tough, but they're reality, and showing them gives us more hope to change things. Seeing things as they are gives us more hope, more courage.
Henry is part of the Depression-era group, a movement seeking to create a mosaic of the Greek crisis in art. They want to reflect its impact across society and to build up a kind of crisis art archive.
It's new, it's a new type of art, and what's extremely important is that this is a collective piece of work. The title of the project, Depression Era, refers not only to an age, a time, a historical event, like the Great Depression, but also to a state of mind and what individuals feel and experience. The word depression is not random, and it's not by chance that it's been chosen.
Lives caught in a trap of material hardship. Christos Economou's award-winning short novels tell of lost hope. Something has broken in our souls, Christos says, and we have to find something new to reunite as a society.
Violence and aggression exist even in the stories I write. It's just not that obvious. But in Greek society, this violence in many different aspects is obvious. And that's the thing that terrifies me for the future of this country. Insecurity and fear are the hothouse of hate.
The co-founder of the Athens biannual arts festival is Pokoyio. His huge painting here explicitly hints at violence spreading from the extreme right party Golden Dawn.
We've got to a point where we can no longer accept our fellow citizens on face value. We do not trust each other anymore, and we experience violence that we have never experienced before. We're becoming more suspicious, more intolerant. It's like living in a pre-Civil War era.
The band The Mechanicals was spawned in the Athens riots of 2011. They call their style drone and roll, the sound of the crisis.
The feeling we're experiencing and that we carry through our music is the feeling that we experience in our daily lives. Maybe we make it a little bit more poetic, but basically it's a reflection of the rawness we're dealing with in our everyday lives. What's changed, and for me, what's different, is that there's no hope for a kid of my generation to have a future in this country. I would say the link between our music and this crisis is that we want this music to show us a way out of the crisis. And we're talking about personal crisis, social crisis, political crisis, and economic crisis, and any other crisis. Music is our only weapon.
Contemporary Greek art is full of crisis. But there's no crisis of artistic creativity. On the contrary, art is blooming, but it's a dark and disturbing flower.